everyone. This week I got a low 7 with a pretty cool forced OLL skip. So let's check this out. I did white cross for the scramble, and the first thing that I noticed was that all my cross spaces were nice and visible in the front of the cube. The pair that I tried to track in inspection was the orange-green. I noticed that my cross solution, D', R', F2, and so on, would break up the pair, and that didn't help at all. So what I decided to do was do an L first, which would preserve the position of these two pairs, so that when I did my cross, like this would be moved down into the front. Now granted, this might not be the ideal first pair to choose because it takes a lot of moves to solve. However, since I saw it in inspection, I figured that I would be able to start it quickly and then cut down on pause time. Unfortunately, what I didn't do was cancel into my first pair. The last move of my cross was an L, and then I started solving this pair with an L', like this. I could have canceled that one L and saved a move. While I was inserting the orange-green into the back, I saw the blue-red in the front, and so I was able to cancel into the solution for this pair, like that. At this point I rotated and inserted them into the back. At this point I didn't really have a good idea of what to do, and the first thing I saw was the red-green, so I just did the basic insertion into the back left slot, like that. And then the cool part, what I did was basically a beginner's method to pair them up. And then I noticed that I have this case right here, where I can do R, U', R', and then rotate and do a basic insertion. That is a pretty cool VLS case which cancels all of OLL. I also got lucky afterward and got an H-perm, so that helped me finish off the solve really quickly. Alright, so there are two things that I really want to take a look at a bit closer here. In this solve, after I did my cross, the better pair really to do would have been the blue-orange. I also could have canceled the move of this L into the L' and finished off this pair in a very low move count. I think that would have been the better choice for first pair rather than what I did, but alas, I didn't see that in the actual solve. The last thing I want to touch on is a really cool solution for the rest of the cube after first two pairs had been solved. This is definitely not something I would have done in a real solve, but it's really cool, so I wanted to show it off. You can see that in the back, the edge is solved, and in the front, the corner is solved. So we can do a D2 to put both unsolved pieces next to one another, and then pseudo-slot this last pair in. We can also take a look at the EO. There's one edge flipped in the back, and if I insert this pair like this, I can actually skip OLL again. The other cool thing you can do after this is, since we have a G-perm, instead of doing a D2 and a U, we can instead do a wide U, which will allow us to cancel the ADF. Then we don't need to ADF at all, we just need to AUF. Once again, not something I would have been able to see in an official solve, but it's a super cool solution. Either way, that's all I have for this week's weekly weekend walkthrough, and I'll see you all next Saturday. Thanks for watching.